How's it going, everyone? It's Mike from PC Classic Cars, back with another test drive video. Today we are in my 1970 Lincoln Continental Mark III with a 460 V8. If you've never driven one of these, they are a whole lot of fun to drive. And we're getting drizzled on, so we'll try and make this one quick, and we'll get it wiped down after we get back. All right, so again, we have a 1970 Lincoln Continental Mark III. It's reading 52,154 miles. I have no idea what the original miles are, unfortunately, but this thing runs and drives fantastic. It does have the 460 V8, and it is the numbers matching motor. I did find the VIN on the back of the block. It's where it's supposed to be. Again, numbers matching 460 to the car, backed by the C6 3-speed automatic transmission. Then you have your standard options like power steering, power front disc brakes, and then this one does actually have factory AC. The AC has been converted to R134A. Unfortunately, the AC is not blowing 100% properly. It gets cool, it's not cold, and then the blower is not functioning properly. Like, you can click it on, and it blows, but you can't really change the speed. So something with the blower motor, and it probably needs a charge, and I'm guessing there's probably a slow leak somewhere in the system, but I don't see it being terrible to get both of those working properly. The exhaust is an older exhaust. It sounds good going down the road. It's not too terribly loud. You really don't even hear the mufflers. You just hear the motor a little bit. As you can see, it cruises down this road extremely well. And again, I'm sorry that it's started drizzling on me. I'll get it wiped off as soon as I get back to the shop. Interior is the original code 2W, which is white leather with the black accent. So you have your black dash pad, your black dash itself. The interior appears to be all original. The headliner's got two pretty decent sized holes in it. There's some cracking in the door panels on both sides. The leather is kind of cracked up and pretty worn, but still is a very comfortable interior. Rim blow steering wheel works great, and it is tilt. You do have an aftermarket like train horn almost, but the rim blow does work all the way around. That's pretty uncommon. The rim blows will tend to not work in certain areas, but this one does. The gauges are super easy to read, and those are very, very clean. On my does it work section, there is a few electric things that are not working. You do have your power seats. They try to move, like it engages and tries to do stuff, but it's not pushing you forward or back, and it's not raising or lowering it. Good thing is it's pretty far back right now, so someone taller could drive it without having to fix the seat. The front windows will roll up and down like they should. That one needs a tiny little bit of assistance at some points to get all the way up, but it does work. The rear windows are not going down, which again, those are tiny little quarter windows, so it doesn't really matter. And then we talked about the heat and AC, and then if I remember right, it was the these little dummy lights, the I believe the headlight one. When you turn the headlight one, you see that dummy light, those come on. And the doors out there open and close like they should, but these dummy lights for the seat belt, the door ajar, and the trunk open do not work. But the electronic trunk release in the glove box does work. Take a look at my does it work section. It's going to outline what works and doesn't work, or you can call me directly, and myself or one of my two sales guys. They can go over all the details with you. But again, pretty still good car on the does it work section. Just a few small things on the electronics. Those 460s run really, really well. This is a big heavy car, pulls it well. A C6 shifts nice. And these just drive really, really nice. They're like driving like a Cadillac. That's why people love these. They're just fun to drive. Made a lot of them. Underneath is very solid. It is a factory undercoated car, so you do have your heavy undercoat on the bottom, but the floors, frame rails, all that stuff looks good. I didn't find any current rust issues. On the exterior, it was a color change. This was originally, I believe, code P, which is green metallic. Obviously switching to black, not upset about that at all. Paint quality looks good. It's got a little bit of trash in the paint in a couple areas. It's got a couple little bubbles in the underneath the vinyl top below the back glass. A couple little splits in the top itself, probably the original top to the car. Some little dings in the trim, a couple tiny little bubbles in the paint over there on the passenger wheel well right in front of the trim. Just overall older cosmetically. The bumpers and the front trim are probably original. There's a ding in the rear bumper. There's some hazy spots in the rear bumper as well. Stock style wheels. Tires are from 2023. I will say the headlight doors open and close, but the driver's side one, when it's sitting there, will eventually open up, so it's kind of winking at you a little bit. But when you do turn the headlights on, they do open and they do close. Just if it's sitting there, that one will want to open. This thing will cruise at 70 miles an hour really, really well. Driving position is very comfortable. Obviously, the seats lean back a little bit. We'll take it down our bumpy road here. Try to avoid the giant mud in the road. Suspension, again, is all stock style equipment. Nothing's really been messed with. I believe the shocks were probably done at some point. All your steering looks relatively original. You have a little bit of play in the steering, but it's minimal at best. It is a very, very comfortable car to drive. As you can see, I'm kind of lounging here while I'm driving. Driving position with the steering wheel, you can get very comfortable with the tilt. You just push the turn signal indicator down or in, and you can move the steering wheel up and down because you have the factory tilt. The glass is all in good shape, but you do have a little bullseye, a little stone chip right there in the windshield right in front of the driver. It's just offset to the left a little bit so it doesn't impede your vision. Side windows, like we talked about, the front ones do go up and down. That one needs a little bit of an assistance. And then the rear windows are not going down. Back glass is a rear defrost. To be honest, I don't know if the rear defrost works or not. Got my turn signal on, we'll turn that off. Oh, I wonder if they got my road shut down. Nope, we're still good. If this was going to be a car that I was personally going to keep, I would fix the AC and just drive it. They're really fun to drive. You get a ton of looks in these cars. It is a really good looking car. Obviously the black with the black top and then the white leather interior. Although the interior is worn a little bit, having the split on the driver's seat here and just kind of leather cracking. Still is a clean car on the inside. Carpet looks good. Floor mats are nice. As you can see, this thing just drives really, really well. It actually has pretty good power. I will say that the fuel gauge, I did put some fuel in it and it's reading about a quarter, but the low fuel light is staying on, so something's going on with that. The little red light staying on the dash. Definitely a fun car to drive. I don't get a ton of these big Lincolns, but I try to keep one. This one was something that I took in on trade from a customer. He traded it towards a late model Mustang that I had. I had no problem bringing it in because it is a good solid car and it drives really nice. No overheating issues, and I've been kind of in the throttle pretty aggressive. Wipers work like they should, but I'm not going to turn them on to knock my camera off. These little lights up under the dash, I do not believe are working. There we go. Yeah, your little courtesy lights, they're not coming on. Under the dash. Turn signal bulbs are good. Nice shift. That was about 70 or so right there. That was still very comfortable. Some of the suspension does have some cracking in the bushing, so maybe do some of that at some point too. I forgot to mention that when we were talking about the suspension. I got a good coat of wax on it, so this water will just wipe right off with a chamois cloth, which is makes my life a whole lot easier. And as always, I appreciate y'all stopping in to watch another one of my test drives. Make sure you check out the virtual description video along with the additional informations tab. Both are on my website, pcclassiccars.com. And I'll catch you guys on the next video. Thanks again for watching.